Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman Adventures with Rhiannon with Stardew Valley 1.5 Retired Slow Play, part number 80. Sadly, we missed the dwarf's birthday yesterday. I feel really bad about that. That's a relationship we need to work on, and I missed it, so I feel so bad. It is the 23rd day of summer in year number 3. After saying good morning to the family, we're going to go outside and see what we got going on today. And let's see, I'm going to grab our tools that we always grab for our morning chores. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you and let you know this is a retired slow play. We play real nice and relaxed here and try to enjoy everything we can about this amazing game. And you just see there, we just picked up some iridium ore, 7 pieces of iridium ore. So thank you so much, Grandpa. This is the gift that keeps on giving for the rest of our life in Stardew Valley. So that is amazing. I was so excited when that happened. And if you don't know how that happened, you'll have to look back through my videos and see the one where we actually got it. So it was the end of year number 2, and we worked on that. So we're going to say good morning to all of our pets. Hello there. I guess they're pets. Our farm animals. And we're going to milk our cow, and we're going to milk our 1 goat that we can. Cows are milk every day, goats are every other day, and I'm so anxious to get some new baby goats. Eventually our barn will be full of them, but it's taking a while. I don't want to buy them, and they can spontaneously be born. So we're just going to wait it out. It'd be so nice when we have to get more cheese presses because we have too much goat cheese. So I'm looking forward to that happening in the future. So checking the coop here. Both of these buildings here are the deluxe versions. So in case you haven't played yet, or if you barely started playing, you have to upgrade them, and these are the deluxe versions. They have auto feeder. There's a bench back there that puts the hay on the bench automatically, so you don't have to do that. As you progress in the game, you can automate more and more things because you're getting busier. There's more things to do, and so I love it that it's a progression like that. You know, you start off having to milk everything, and then eventually we can get at auto everything. We'll just say that. So we're getting there, and it's all about money and time and patience. So we're going to check our cellar with our cheeses and see where we're at. Nothing's ready yet, and that's okay. We're going to put that all away. This cellar is eventually going to be full of those casks. It's going to be one of our big money makers. My subscribers have been around a while. You know, you heard me talk about revenue streams, and there's different ways of making money, and I like having a variety of ways to make money, not just one thing. It helps you avoid the boredom. Who wants to grow ancient fruit all the time and have nothing else going on? So not me. I want to have lots of things going on. So you can see our Junimos are running around, see if there's anything else that they can harvest. I just love these little guys. And we've only got 5 more days of the season. So I really should have planted a whole bunch of the other things. By the way, we now have 10 rainbow fish again. I should have planted a whole bunch of other things that only take a few days to grow, but I had too much going on. I thought, no, I just don't want to go buy a bunch of seeds. I hate having to buy the seeds. Oh boy, look at this one. All right, they harvested our wheat, and we got some hay out of it. So that's pretty cool. And our recycling machine gave us some more torches. I don't know, we may eventually just toss those. I mean, I've got these beautiful lamp posts that I really love, but as you can see, I don't have any in here yet. It's a matter really of I'm trying to see if what I can plant that we only have 4 days, and the answer is really nothing. So 5 days, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and put our produce away. Oh my goodness, look at all those red cabbages. Eventually red cabbage is going to be a pretty larger crop. We're going to be doing melons and red cabbages heavily in future years, future summers. So we're getting there. I mean, look how far we've come. I do post occasionally the screenshots that show what our farm looked like when we first started with our 15, I think it is, little parsnips. and where we are currently, and then where we're going. I have an 11-year save that it's kind of like my blueprint for what we're doing here. And so I will occasionally show that farm, because that's kind of what this will be looking like. There'll be a few minor changes, and I don't know what they are yet. I'm just kind of playing it by ear and looking at it as we go along. And I bring that screenshot up regularly to take a look at it, to see if there's, what I want to do next, what I'm ready for next, what I want to change, kind of, something. It helps me figure out where I'm going, because I'm not the most creative person in the universe. And once I came up with what I consider to be a workable farm that's manageable, which I compiled from many screenshots of farms that are shown on the showcase. I can't remember what the forum is. It's under you can go to the forums in my description here, and one of the sections you can do screenshots of your farms. And I kind of did a combination of all the ones that I liked, and that's how I ended up with what I have that's working for me. So because that worked for me, I'm going to probably do the same. Now, what you just saw me do was I axed my crystallarium, and I took out the diamond that was in it, and I replaced it with a jade. And there's going to be reasons for that. We need a lot of jade, and so there's something coming up, and I'll just let that happen when it happens. But it was time to change. We've got sufficient amount of money. We don't need, diamonds are worth 750, which is the most valuable, the most lucrative gem to be producing with the crystallarium. But for now, it's time to go with jade. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that diamond in the shipping bin, and then I think I have 5 already, so if I needed more I could get more, no big deal. Those crystallariums are great. So in this case I just need to get some jade. And here I'm just checking the sprinklers to see where they are. Also looking, I'm really hoping that those melons turn into a giant melon. Don't know if it's going to happen, not sure. It's like I was shocked when we got the cauliflower, because I had been trying ever since this game came out to get a giant cauliflower. I love the way that looks. I saw somebody had done this, set up their their bee houses, and did some decoration there, and the decoration were those giant crops. So I've been trying ever since, and I have only ever gotten pumpkins, ever. So I am hopeful that now that I got the cauliflower, we'll get the melons. If I don't get the melons by the end of the season, then I'll go ahead and plant the pumpkins for the next season, and then we'll just leave it there until the fall or the summer of next year, and then we'll plant the melons again and see what we can do. Maybe we'll get lucky. So hope so. That's my ultimate goal, and it just looks really cool. So anyway, so this morning what I thought I'd do is do some cleanup work. I'm going to need the wood anyway. Eventually I'll get an idea what I'm going to do with this area here. I'm not sure if I'll do the same thing as I did with my 11-year farm. I'm just not sure yet. So in the meantime, these nice big trees, it's time to take some of them down. We'll have the wood, that's fine. I just never seem to have too much wood. At some points I'm like, wow, that seems like an awful lot, and then all of a sudden I'm making a bunch of stuff and realize, no, that's not so much. So clearing out all the big ones, leaving the small ones to go ahead and do their thing, and still unsure about these mushroom trees that are taking over. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't really use the mushroom trees. You can tap them and you'll get mushrooms, different colored mushrooms from them, and I know you can make stuff. There's some health remedies, I guess you call them, that would be good for the mind, but I've never used them, so they're cool. So I'll use them for decoration eventually. I just don't know what I'm going to do with them and when, so I'll just leave them for now. That's my current plan. I'm sticking to it. So anyway, just doing some clearing here. Let's see, we're about 3:20. We got plenty of time today. We got don't have any honey that's ready, and we got a few crops I'm hoping that will pop before the end of the season. They should. I don't remember what I planted there. My memory's not so good. For you new viewers, a couple of things. First off, I do have some short-term memory loss. It's normal senior memory loss, but it seems like I got the quota for the entire family. All of my siblings anyway. I have the worst memory of everyone. So it's not a life threatening situation. It's just I do forget things, so I may forget that I've just told you something, and sometimes I just want to tell you something twice, so I'll let you decide which is which. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and make as much of my deluxe speed grow as I can for our next season of planting. And as you can see, I've been growing an awful lot of coral, and we're just kind of getting it ready. And let's see what we can get. There we go. And we had some more left over. That's good. Look at that. We got 180 more deluxe speed grow that we can put away. So that's cool. And we got more coral that we can fish out of the fish ponds down below, and we'll get to that. So you can let them get up to 10. I don't ever let them go that far because I don't want to forget and then miss a day of propagating my coral. So we'll go get them eventually. And there we go, 291. So we're in pretty good shape for the fall season, the fall planting season. So I was really excited when I saw that. It's like, yes, my plan is coming together. And if you like deluxe speed grow, and I like to always get to the point where I'm growing everything that I need for myself. I don't like having to buy things. I know a lot of people speed their games up by buying a lot of things. I just don't. I know you can buy that stuff. I know I don't want to buy that stuff. I want to take my time, grow it on my own if I can. So I hate it that we've been having to go to Pierre's still this year. Hopefully by the 4th year, we won't have to go to Pierre's for any seeds. So I don't buy stone and coal and wood. I wait, and clay is one of those things I don't get a lot of. I just wait until I have collected it. And it takes longer to play that way, but I'm in no rush. Do I seem like I'm in a rush? What I'm doing now is making make another couple more seed makers, or at least one more seed maker. We need to speed that process up a bit. So eventually I will have them all along that right side wall there, and so we're going to add one more. That's going to make six I think. And so I think we can fit in 1 or 2, maybe even 3 more, and they'll be all along that wall. This is the smaller shed. You can upgrade to the larger sheds, but for the ones for the seeds and stuff, I don't really want to upgrade it. It costs money, and there's really no need for it other than more room for seed makers, which if I wanted, I could put 2 rows of them. But right now I'm good with what we have. We're sustaining well enough. Eventually we'll get to the point where by the 15th of the month we're going to start propagating our seeds right away, so that before the end of the season we will have all the seeds we need for the entire season. That's going to be my ultimate plan on that. And also for my new subscribers, just so you know, the ultimate plan for this playthrough is to get to 100% completion. And there is a way that we will find out soon on how we can find out how far along we are. And we are getting close to that, so it's coming. I'm just telling you that it's there. So once we know that, we'll keep an eye on it, and we will make sure that we get to 100% completion. I never have. That's something I'm really excited about. My 11-year save, I made it to, I think it was 86%, I think. And so I'm really excited about getting 100% and sharing that with you when we get there. So as you can see, there's so much more that we have not done yet, but we'll see it. We're going to share it here. So I'm really excited about sharing that with you. Once I decided to add Stardew Valley to my channel, that was a goal, and so I stopped playing my 11-year save and started playing this one, and this is the one that's going to get us there. What I'm looking at here is some of the things we have to complete. All of these things need to be filled in to complete. It's like, that's a lot. We have a lot of fish we haven't caught yet or shipped yet, and we'll do that. We have a lot we haven't hardly touched. Look at, these are the museum donations. So there's a lot of things we've got to find still for that. and these are the gems, and we'll get those eventually. And so, I'm sorry, the minerals. And it just takes time to find all of these things. Look at these recipes. Whoa, my gosh, we got a lot of cooking. And then there's these achievements. These are the secret notes. And I'm sorry, the messages you get, and these are the secret notes. We're only missing one. We'll find it eventually, number 10 somewhere. And, you know, we'll find all these things. We'll get all these things done, but it shows we have a lot of things to do. We still need to reach level 10 in all of our skills, mining and combat. And I just haven't done a lot of that. But I have a feeling that we're gonna, because we need to start working in Skull Cavern. And I'm so dreading that. Skull Cavern is much more difficult than the mine, but there's ways to avoid some of that. Looking at our relationships with people. Eventually we're going to be best friends with everyone. Right off the bat, I'm starting to make sure that I have at least 8 hearts with every single villager. So basically what I've done with my Microsoft OneNote is make a list of the next few people. Say, okay, I need gifts for these next few people. What are their favorite items? If I know them, great. If I don't know them, I can do one of two things. I could just randomly give them things, or I can go to the wiki, which there's a link in the description, and search for their name, and you'll find out what items that they love receiving. And if I'm capable of getting that for them, then I do. So in the description, I did want to mention there's the forums, which are just wonderful, great group of people. And if you're going to play and you need help, I encourage you to go to the forums and make an account there and start talking with those fine folks there. There is also the main Stardew Valley page, which is just it just basically tells you about the game and the development of the game. If there's going to be updates, it would be mentioned there. And then, of course, there's a fantastic wiki that has everything that you would need to know. And so just some really helpful tips and things. What I'm trying to do is, I noticed that I had some things that weren't getting watered here, and I thought if I put down a sprinkler behind these the Junimo huts, that maybe they would sprinkle them, and I'm not sure if that did it or not. We'll see. I can just see that they're not. And something weird happened is the light came on the left hut, but it didn't come on the right hut. I thought, why not? I know you guys are in there, and it's 8:40 p.m. It's after dark. I was curious about it. It's like, why did that happen? Very strange thing. So strange things can happen even after playing this game for 7 years or however long I've played it. So I hate it that the ground is going fallow here, but there's just nothing I can do about it now. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to increase the amount of coal that I have. And what I can do is feed through 10 pieces of wood into the kiln, and it turns it into coal. So I'm kind of looking at this going, what is wrong? Why is this light off? You guys forgot your light. I just love the little Junimo guys. They're so excited on the day that we could actually put their huts on the farm. And they harvest everything unless it's raining. Everything within a certain radius. And I was like, okay, where is everybody? I guess the baby went to bed, so I guess we'll go to bed too. And tomorrow is Willy's birthday, so I'm trying to put it in my brain. Don't forget Willy's birthday tomorrow. And while we're going to bed here, I want to share something I've been starting with my channel. During this video, at some point, I'm going to give you a secret word of the video or of the day. I'm not sure. I still can't figure out what to call it. I want you to listen for that. When you hear it, I want you to go down in the comments section of this video and make a comment using that word in a sentence. I do not want you to say your password or the word of the day is. I want you to be creative and create a sentence using that word of the day. So listen for that. It'll be coming up soon. I'm not going to tell you when, but listen for it, and I really want you to play along. You'll make my day. While I'm doing my normal morning chores, I'll just mention a couple things. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It really does help me feel like I'm doing something that other people find valuable and interesting. So I really would appreciate that. If you like my videos, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that too. I love your comments. I'll respond to them as much as possible. So please do that for me as well. Doing all of those things, someone asked me if that helps my stats and things. And absolutely, that's what YouTube is looking for, is people that are creating content that other people are finding interesting. So if you find me interesting and different and like what I'm doing, then please, do those things. Subscribe, give it a like, make a comment. I appreciate that. And I'm doing this for me, but I'm doing it for you guys too. So when I decided to create this channel, one of the reasons why I asked is, why would I do that? I've not seen too many slow plays. I've seen everything else, but I've seen people that show you how to min-max a game. I show you people that show you how to power through a game. One thing I did not see is a relaxed, slow play like this, where you're just kind of enjoying the game. You're enjoying what you're doing, not so much power throughing it. So am I the most efficient player of this game? No, not by far. But I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I think I'm, trying. I'm not being stupid about it. I'm being methodical about it and what I'm doing. So that's why I thought that's something different that I haven't seen. When I asked myself why to do this channel, that was my answer. I have not seen anybody do this. So, you don't have to. I'm trying to make my videos shorter so that they started out at 90 minutes long, and I'm getting closer to the I know I'm getting closer to the 45-minute mark. I'm trying to get down to the 30-minute mark on my videos. I know people are busy and don't have time to sit and watch really long videos. At the same time, I want to give you enough content each time. So it's hard to do when I'm showing you everything. I'm not cutting things out. I'm not doing shorts and videos like that. The only exception to that is I've started doing what's upcoming videos for the following week. And it's like a highlight reel, and they're really short. They're between 3 and 6 minutes long, and I've been posting them on my community tab, which I encourage you to go check out. And I'm also make them available on my channel and make them public on the weekend. So that's when I'm posting them. So check those out. It tells you what games are coming up this following week, what adventures that Rhiannon's going to get into, and some highlights from those games. So as you can see, our bait supply is increasing. Eventually, that will just be off the charts. Our fishing rod will have 999 pieces of bait on it, and we'll have at least that much in storage. So I love the worm bin. I love that I remembered that we could have a worm bin. Oh, look at this. We got some radishes that were ready. So fantastic. Good, good, good. And what's on this side? Yeah, more radishes. Good. We didn't have very many radishes in supply, so now we do. There was a pumpkin that got ready, and we got some oak resin, and so awesome. So kind of gathering, doing this part of the gathering. I start the morning off with the animals, and oh, good. Thank you for the row. Start off the animals, and then I come down this other side and do the collecting over here down below, the bait and the resin if there's any, and sometimes I go down and get the coral out of the ponds. And you can do it every day if you want, or you can wait. I always leave one in there so they'll continue to propagate. So we're done pretty good, getting everything collected. We got 4 days left in the season, and so big changes coming up very, very soon on the farm. So you got to stay tuned for that. And you also notice when we woke up this morning on this 24th day of summer that our iridium hoe was ready. I was very happy to see that. So we can go pick that up from Clint at any time. What I'm doing here is I'm looking at what have I got here. I need 21 of each right now. Eventually we'll increase that, both the preserves jars and the kegs. But I don't have enough produce now to justify spending all that time and wood. And oh, I forgot I hadn't picked up our iridium ore. There it is, 5 more pieces. There you go. We're starting to get a good collection on that. So eventually I'll want to put more of those kegs and preserve jars in there, but I just don't have enough produce right now to be able to feed them as much as you do. So once that starts increasing like crazy, then we'll be able to increase, and it'll increase our profits too. So good morning, Clint. There's my iridium hoe. Look at that. Isn't that a thing of beauty? You won't believe how much faster that's going to make our planting. I was so excited. It's like, where can I go? And I thought, should we go home? I thought about this for a minute. And we're going to go ahead. Good morning, Pam. Pam works the bus stop there. The bus takes you to the it's a desert, and we haven't been there very much. It costs $500 every time we go, so I got to have a good reason. It's like, yeah, I'm just so excited about this new hoe. I was like, oh, I want to use that, but it will get used definitely. And then in 4 or 5 more days, actually, when we hit the 1st of fall, we'll have to replant this whole area. And I wanted to go give a gift to Willy. It is his birthday today, and I knew that he liked sea cucumbers. I hated to take the one and only one that I had, and I really probably shouldn't have done that, but I didn't have anything else that he loved that I could take to him because I had checked the wiki and I thought, but we can get more sea cucumbers, so I know where to get them. I know how to get them. I've gotten a number of them already, but that's okay. We want to give Willy a really, really, really good gift, and we're going to go down and see him. He's probably at his shop down here on the beach. So we're going to see how much that increases that relationship. And we're going to have to forage the beach too and get some goodies there. So let's go in and say hi to Willy. It's been a while since we've seen him. So, hey there, buddy. How you doing? Some fish come and go with the seasons, other only come out at night or in the rain. That's right. You know, all of those things affect fishing. All right. Click, and a birthday gift. That's very kind of you. And he loves it. All right, Willy. So now where's our relationship with... Oh, look at that. We have full hearts with Willy. There you go. So we went from... He had like at least 2 hearts to go. And there he is. So awesome. And that's another reason why I bought that calendar from Robin. It was like $2,000 for that calendar, and it was one of the most best purchases I've made. Here's what this hoe, look at this. You hold it down and it does that huge spot. And I really wanted to do this, and I didn't know if I'd get anything from it, but I thought, what the heck. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't used this on the beach much. I thought it's even got an artifact spot. And I don't know if it dug up that artifact spot or not. I'm not sure. I was kind of thinking maybe I should have done the artifact spot by itself first and then do what I'm doing right now. So just digging up the sand, and actually the benefit of what I'm doing is getting clay. Look at that. My clay supply, I mean, it's one of those things I don't use a ton of it, but I need it. And I hate that. I need it, and I thought that this is seems to be a good way of getting it, just kind of hoeing up stuff. So awesomeness. And oop, 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 oop. I can't get my mouse. I've got like I've said in many episodes, I've got a bad mouse that gave me some stone. My mouse is going bad on me, so I need to replace it. I'm avoiding it. In the meantime, I keep getting annoyed and complaining to you guys that my mouse is not working right. So I'm glad we came down. There was a few pieces of coral down here, and I think that's Leah, right? Yeah, it's Leah. She sits down here and writes or something. So it's kind of nice to say hi to her. That does help your relationship to talk to people. And you can do, I think you can talk to people every day. You can give them 2 gifts a week. Is that right? They can give them 2 gifts a week. I'm not sure. And I haven't been focusing on too many gifts, but we are going to work on that just as we go, kind of in an organic type way as we come across, we have time. Oh, look at that. My gosh, we're getting a lot of clay. Like, okay, let's just dig up the beach. Who knows what we're going to find? So over time, we will be best friends with everybody. It's just going to take some time. And, oh my gosh, I can't believe all this clay. We're really doing good with the friendships, and we'll just keep going down the list and look for people that we're not best friends with and start giving them gifts and talking to them. And aside from just being good neighbors and for role-playing purposes, it's part of our 100% completion is to be best friends. And one of the other benefits of that is that they send you gifts in the mail, and then you have cutscenes with them, special moments that happen because your friendship has increased. And I know that that's something that I've been in my 11-year play. I am best friends with everyone in town, but I know I have not seen all of their cutscenes because you have to go certain places and we're going to go to Calico Desert. And I know you have to go certain places to make that happen, and I haven't done that, so I know I've missed a lot. So here's the Calico Desert. If you haven't seen it before, Pam just gives you a little bus ride there. It costs $500. So generally what I'm looking for when I'm coming here like this is I need to get coconuts and cactus fruit. And I also wanted to look at this trader. They take other things and trade. So artifact trove, you need 5 omni geodes and you can get an artifact trove. So as you can see, it's definitely worth time to come and get. I'm going to definitely get that butterfly hatch. That takes 200 bat wings or something. So it's an interesting trade system that they have, and they have different things available on different days. So I was just looking at what's available today, and I wanted to show you this, that it's unusual things for trade. So I thought, okay, let's go get some cactus fruit. We do need them. And let's get some coconuts. We don't need a ton, but I need to get what I can. I thought, what if we hoed up this area? The little area to the right there, if you may have not watched that episode, we were able to get the, so far, best sword in the game by going right there, and we used a prismatic shard that we had to get that sword. A lot of people wonder what you should do with your prismatic shards, and you obviously need to eventually donate one to the museum, but the first thing you need to do is get that sword. It's the best sword in the game to this point. Well, that's interesting that we can't hold that up there. I don't think I've ever hoed up the desert here. I've never tried it, so I thought, what the heck, let's give it a try. So definitely, that's why we had done that. We had come over there and got that sword. So I encourage you to think about that when you've got that first prismatic shard. What should be done with it? And the answer is get that sword. It will help you survive in the mines and even in the icky skull cavern that we're going to be going to before too long. And I think you may have seen me look at my journal, and you can see the only quest that I have on it in the present moment is to get down 25 levels in the skull cavern. And we will. And to me, it's like, I hate this part of the game. I do not like fighting at all. And it's like, okay, there we go. More clay. I hate fighting in the game. And there's the mine, it wasn't too bad. Once we started getting good equipment, we got good boots, we had a good sword, we had good foods to take with us to get our health back. But it is nothing compared to that skull cavern, which is a real pain in the neck. It's so much harder. It's very much in game. So we'll get the best equipment we possibly can, and then there's some ways that we can get the heck out of Dodge very, very quickly. So I was kind of looking. I didn't get as many cactus fruit and coconuts. I've never been able to figure out how to get the ones that are down below, the ones that are up above. I don't know how to get there. If anybody knows how to get there, let me know. Or how to get those cactus fruits that are up on that ledge that you can't get up on. I don't get it. So, oh yeah, look at this. I thought this area was real interesting right here with the, I guess it's a dinosaur that's buried in the sand. So let's just kind of hold this area up. There is more clay. Look at all this. What is that? 17 pieces of clay? It's like, that's a pretty good day. I mean, we haven't used a lot of clay, but man, we'll get our supply up. So we get back on the bus to go back home, and there we go. Hello, Pam. There we are. All right. Yeah, it's 8:40 p.m. It's not too late. I do tend to want to get to bed by 10 p.m. if at all possible. That's when Harvey goes to bed. I like to end my day around that time if I can. And I know there's times when I really need to be out later, and that's okay. But I try to around 10 if possible, unless I'm doing something else. So kind of putting away our goodies that we got. And I'm going to check I call this the crustaceans supply. I've got one of those rainbow shells. I thought, maybe we should go ahead and keep one of them. I've got 3. I'm trying to get back up to 3 of everything. There's some things I'm going to need more of eventually, so I'm trying to get this stocked up a little bit. And oh, I did see another super cucumber in there, so I was glad that I had that. So let's see, we're going to keep our coal going, and there we go. And we're going to go put away our cactus fruit and our coconuts. And I think that there's somebody that we have been working with that loves cactus fruit. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head. but I do want to have it on hand. You can also grow cactus fruit if you're so inclined. At this point I don't need it for anything, so I don't see a need to grow it. It's kind of like the mushrooms. I don't use it, so I don't want to have mushroom trees tapped. So I think that that's probably going to be it for the day. I'm going to come in here and say, I usually say hi to Harvey if he's still up. And he said, I took it easy today. I read some books, and so he's such a cool spouse. And unfortunately, he's the only one who's really not a kid in the male group. So let's look at our calendar for tomorrow. We're nobody's birthday. The next thing is the Dance of the Moonlight Jellies. So kind of like to keep an eye on that. That was a good purchase. So that's going to be the end of our day and end of our episode. Thank you for following along. If you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. The secret word is cactus fruit. Please use that in a sentence down below. And really, the most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.